Hailing frequencies open. Welcome to Trek Retrek live all the way from Starbase 1. I'm Captain Johnny.
I'm Ensign Kayla. What
Hello,
up?
everybody.
So about that finale.
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed.
If you, I'm sure you know, but if you don't, this is where we talk about Star Trek, specifically Strange New Worlds, episode 20. Hegemony.
Okay, season 2, episode 10, the finale.
Yes.
That is a word. Hegemony.
Yeah, it's the
word.
Gorn. It is the Gorn
Yes.
hegemony.
Yes. Should we say hi to peeps?
Yeah, before I was going to say the reminder of I have seen almost everything there is to see for Star Trek.
That doesn't mean he knows everything, though.
No, I don't know everything. If it's next gen, TOS, I don't know everything. Strange New Worlds, I don't know anything. Next Generation, I know everything.
Don't say that. People are gonna come for us in the comments because they already have been.
I've seen almost everything. And my compatriot here, Ensign Kayla, what have you seen?
I've seen nothing. I know nothing. I'm Jon Snow. He.
So that is the premise.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I've seen 15 episodes of TOS, the Kelvinverse movies, and now all of Strange New Worlds. So it's not nothing. I know something. I drink and I know things like Tyrion.
At this point, you've actually watched more Strange New Worlds than you have the original series.
Yes, I have.
But that number,
we're going to be lapsing that quickly soon.
Yeah. So let's say hi to people. We've got Master Versal Toy Hunter, Eldor.
What
up? For joining us. Hey, Thanos Copter's here.
Hi, Thanos.
Shiny Plastic People.
Chris.
This Silver K
me
person.
Me.
Josh. Brick.
Josh.
Allison Troy.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it.
Was it today or yesterday? Happy birthday, Brick.
It's today.
Happy birthday, Brick.
Everyone go wish Brick a happy birthday. Go subscribe to Brick something. He just did a stream. I caught the beginning of it because I had to watch this episode again and take more notes and get ready, so I wasn't able to watch much of it. But go wish him a happy birthday. He is the best. He was on our Spider-Verse episode live that we did. So he's a great human that we met through the GDL Discord and started off as toy friends, and now he is an actual friend. I'm happy to say that he is a good human all around. Good person to have in your life, I will say. And that is, yeah. Anyways.
That's always good. This episode is Hegemony. When the summary is when the USS Enterprise investigates an attack on a colony at the edge of Federation space, Captain Pike and his crew face the return of a formidable enemy. We all kind of figured what was going to be the premise of this episode, right?
There was a lot of Gorn in the previews, so this shit is gonna get Gorny. If you're not cool with things getting Gorny, leave, because it's gonna get Gorny up in here. And we kind of figured with Batel, her future would be a little iffy, which is still iffy. Still questionable. I what I wasn't expecting for this to end on a fucking cliffhanger, though. Like, what the fuck? I mean, we'll get into more of that later, but I was like, this is Spider-Verse all over again.
We will talk about that.
Yeah. But we start off on the planet, and it's cool because it's Batel doing the star date and everything, so it's her perspective bringing us into it. Really appreciated that. And everyone's getting their vaccines, being good humans, getting vaccinated, and Chapel's helping them out. and she's like, okay, I'm good, okay, bye, back to the ship. And then you know, Patel has a little FaceTime with her boo Pikey, and you know, suddenly cuts out, and they're like, ah, there's the Gorn ship, and then shit goes crazy from there.
Yeah. I've totally lost my train of thought. I'll just cover my.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to talk about the previews. Because I knew from the title, because I know or like the government. It's called like it's the Klingon Empire, Romulan Star Empire, United Federation of Planets, and it's the Gorn Hegemony. So I'm like, you're not keeping any secrets here. I didn't see any Gorn in the previews. I didn't really, though. I didn't watch the like the episode trailer. I looked at a post on a website that had like 6 promo photos that revealed, and it was all like pictures of people just standing on the bridge. And I was like, they're trying to play it close to the chest, but I guess not, because you said it wasn't real much of a surprise.
Oh yeah. I saw there was a bunch of promo images, and yeah, there was like one of the Gorn, there was one of Batel, there was one of like Batel versus the Gorn, and all this stuff. So I was like, this is not going to end well. Whatever happens is not going to end well. Yeah, I got a little spoiled with some things, and people like making comments because I follow a million Star Trek accounts now.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna have to
it's
start
okay.
like watching the episode at midnight Pacific so that you can get ahead of no, I mean, it doesn't matter now.
Doesn't
Who
matter
knows
now.
how long it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But
exactly. Yes, they have Gorn/Gone. Yeah, they are a very big threat. For
yeah,
sure.
and I know because you sent me a meme, so I know you've seen an image of the Gorn from TOS, so you know like what that looks like.
Yes.
Um,
I have. There was a lot like that. I had to pick and choose which ones to make fun of.
The Gorn themselves aren't terribly developed, so it's interesting to see what they're doing with. They've only been in a couple of episodes of a couple shows, so it's cool to see them fleshing them out in this way, and kind of establishing, them as they've established them as like they're just monsters, but Brick apparently doesn't care. But all right,
but he will be on our show next week when we recap everything. Go enjoy your birthday. Get out of here. You already did a stream. I appreciate you being here, but go enjoy your birthday.
Maybe he wants to enjoy his birthday.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's cool to see them like establishing the Gorn as just monsters, but then also like they're trying to, like, Pike's starting to come around to the idea that maybe they could be reasoned with. But
yes, which I kind of want to talk about that a bit more after. I think there's like some really big themes and plot points that we need to talk about after and go into more. Don't need to right now.
So let's no, I did not.
Okay.
Let's go to we start with small town America. So I'll preface this with, I get it. I understand. It's an American show made by predominantly American people. But Trek has always been kind of America centric. Like,
yeah. Kind of like how America is in general.
I'd like to have
we are
seen
the center of the world.
A little bit more originality. Like, maybe instead of modeling it after small town America, why not like Renaissance France or Japan or somewhere in Africa or something a little more small town America. Like, and I get, in a way, I saw someone theorized that it's also sort of a reference to the fact, like in Miri, they just reused the set from what was it, the Andy Griffith Show, I think it was,
Oh yeah.
for the town, and like they did that in TOS as cost saving stuff. So there's a lot of like duplicate Earths and America centric stuff, but I'd like to see a little bit of variety.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me as well. Although I liked the vibe, and for those people, where were they? So they were already living
Parnassus,
there.
yes,
They were
they
already
were.
living there. They're human, and so they're just trying to help them out essentially by creating, this small town America vibe.
Canada, if I'm not mistaken, is still part of America, North America,
The Americas.
the Americas. I'm just
The
giving you a hard time,
Americas.
Josh. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. United States is probably a more accurate. It's very U.S. centric at times, but Western. Let's go east.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Let's just, it would be cool to see a little more diversity in locations in terms of the Earth-like worlds. We're boring. We're a boring country. Let's be honest. We're a boring country.
well, we find it boring because we live here and we deal with it every day.
No, we're boring.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the answer to this is no for the first part, and probably no to both of them. Does Battelle know that Pike is like doomed? I'm pretty sure she doesn't, because he wouldn't talk
No.
about it in the first episode of the series.
No. I don't think she does.
Is this an ethical relationship that he's in? If she doesn't know what's going to happen to him?
YOLO.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, why, if he only has 10 years left, do you want to spend, if you knew you had 10 years left, would you want to spend it not like romantically involving yourself with people and
I'm not
experiencing
saying
in
that
your life?
he shouldn't, but he
Or fuck
has.
around.
Some people know, but maybe he should tell her, "Hey, by the way, this has an
But they
expiration date."
just got serious. Maybe like when they hit their like 1 year anniversary or something. After being serious, and then he tells her.
Yeah, that seems even less ethical.
Yeah, probably. Whatever.
Yeah. The video chat on the
Basically.
like
Jesus Christ.
The video chat on what would have been technically a pad, like Star Trek The Next Generation had handheld devices called, well, TNG, which was way before the iPad, had handheld devices called pads, personal access display device, PADD.
And we know Steve Jobs was watching it, obviously. That's where he got the idea. Probably. He's a big old nerd.
So we have the video chat, but we also have the flip open communicators, and I'm like, well, why do they? Maybe the I don't know.
Well, I mean, we had phones that we didn't really FaceTime or anything for the longest time because there wasn't FaceTime on it, and so we would do like Skype and stuff from the computer. So could be that equivalent.
There's
and like they're yeah, I don't know.
There's all sorts of theory crafting you could do, like the visual device needs a more stable connection, has a shorter range, is more easily interfered with, whereas the flip up communicators are more reliable, have a longer range, more redundancies, something like that, like better for away team missions when visual is not strictly necessary. And maybe the visual needs to be routed through the ship in orbit. Like, you can't just be on a planet.
There could be a lot of different.
It's hard to say.
Reasons. For sure. Anyways, But it was really cute that Pike misses her and she's like, "Note the date and time, everyone."
Yeah.
That was really cute. And then I have a bunch of lines. My next note isn't until they get into the battle suits, as I'm calling them. The black suits that they all put on. Break in case of Gorn, as
As
Ortega's
Ortega
put it.
said, yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the lines I wrote.
I should have written that down. I did not.
Unlike in the Calvin, the communicator is not meant for long distance. Okay, got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So yeah, we have
Yeah.
a shuttle crashing, and then credits. Well, title scene, I guess. Not credits.
Yeah. Well, we see the ship, right? The Gorn ship. And that was just fucking massive.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I should have done that for my memes. I should have done the Independence Day because it reminded me of that, of when the Independence Day ship comes in and it moves the clouds around like that. Dang. Next time.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to use the Gorn as I mean, they'll be next episode. You can in like however long,
20 years from now. Oh, God. I don't want to wait that long.
Welcome to Star Trek on the air, like in current production. You know what I mean? Modern.
Why'd
Anyway,
you do this to me?
I mean, yeah, you're welcome.
It's okay. I wanted it. It's like the line in Willy Wonka. It's like I what does he say? I hope it lasts. The torture or whatever. The suspense. The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
On the boat ride from hell? Was that on the boat? No, I think it was.
No, it's a different time.
Yeah.
Pay your actors, pay your writers. Yes, we will be
Yes.
talking about that in memes. Yes. Do better. I've literally seen people get negative. No, I'm forgetting the fucking word. Negative residuals. Negative money. That is insane.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It absolutely does not. But yeah, so they finally figure out a strategy on how to go down and help them, since like everything's getting blocked. You know, they can't even transport down. So they're like, we're gonna be a piece of space debris and go down. And that's when Pike breaks out the Gorn. Hi, Duchess. Break in case of Gorn. And I was like, where was this last time they encountered the Gorn?
I don't think they had them yet. I think it's brand new.
Okay. That seemed sus. Because when did they fight them? Was it last season or was it? It was last season, right?
Yeah, it was last season. They haven't.
But still, it sounded like he had it for a while.
No, I didn't take it that way.
It was a result of last time. Okay.
It was part of. They've been developing weapons.
Got it.
Since, and they finished development.
They seemed to work, which was good. And it was interesting that they seem to work. So like they're adapting to figuring out how to fight the Gorn, but then at the same time there's a bunch of new stuff that they realize about them throughout the episode that, you know, different people comment on, especially Lon. You know, what I think one of the things was she said that they should be like fighting amongst each other to find out like who's dominant or the leader or whatever. Yeah, it's interesting that they still don't know everything. Yeah, we can get into that more later.
I suppose I'll save that for favorite moments.
Okay.
I liked so they beam down and they start
Okay.
like you said, she's talking about them. They should be working
Reconnaissance.
together. Yeah. I like that this kind of. I like when they're taking other genres and putting it in Star Trek. Like this was like
Mhm.
Predator, Alien, and Jurassic
Mhm.
Park all combined into one
It really was.
sweet
I loved it. One
package.
big orgy.
Yeah,
One big orgy. It
one
was
big
great.
genre orgy.
Yeah. I appreciated that. Um, okay, that makes sense that they developed it after last time. I did think it was cute when Spock was, like, so worried about Chapel and looking around for her, and he's like, "I just wanna apologize for her," which I was like, "What do you have to apologize about? She's the one who, like, broke up with you mid-song
Yeah.
in front of everyone too."
I think there was a conversation we probably were not privy to after the musical stuff was resolved. There's probably
Maybe
a conversation that took place off screen because she left, like she's not on the Enterprise because she's on the Cayuga at the beginning. So they
yeah.
probably had their goodbye off screen between episodes, and we didn't get to see it.
I thought she said she was leaving tomorrow, but maybe that was leaving from the Cayuga?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, I thought it was maybe Spock, before when, Ra was there. Ra? Ka? What was his name? Ra? Coco under the
yeah,
Cocoa
the
War?
Klingon.
Ra, right?
Yeah, I think it was Raw.
R-A-H? Um,
I think Doc
and how
Ra, I
he
believe, was his
yeah,
full name,
yeah,
but it was Ra.
yeah. Sounds weird just saying its own.
Yeah,
Um
I default to Egyptian god of the sun. I believe Ra was.
Mm, sounds about right. Anyways, um I don't know if it's just him apologizing from how he, like, handled things with that and how he didn't handle that well with, like, giving her space to breathe. So I don't know if that was the apology he was thinking of, but I still thought it was cute, and he was all worried. Spock just so cute. He's adorable and hot at the same time.
He is starting. I've seen more and more people just referring to him as Hot Spock.
Yes. As he should. As he fucking should because he is hot Spock. Um,
Um,
so then they are trying to find people on the ground and they come across Scotty.
yes,
I freaked out.
as soon as he opened his mouth, I'm like, it has to be Scotty. And interesting little bit factoid: it is the first time Scotty has been played by someone who is actually Scottish.
Really?
Yeah, because James Doohan from the original series was Canadian, and Simon Pegg's
Yeah, Sam
English.
Peck's obviously not. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Well, that's amazing. Good for them. Finally doing that. And yeah, it's just funny how as soon as you hear the accent, you automatically know who it is and, can't be anyone else. Mhm. Yep.
um,
Um, but he was so adorable. I loved him. I've seen a lot of good stuff about him online, but personally, I loved him. I think they did a good job introducing his character. Like he's stupid smart, he knows his shit, he wants to help. He's like, I want to do this for my ship, I want to help out, but then he's also like cute at the same time, just like his mannerisms and whatnot. Even when Battelle and Pike are trying to leave, he's like, "It's not my fault you guys were having a secret conversation next to where I'm sleeping." Like, I loved that line. That was great.
uh, we got the first mention of Lieutenant Junior grade, which is something that hasn't really been utilized much since the Next
Hmm,
Generation. Um, so it's like a step between ensign and full lieutenant. So he's
okay.
and I don't know if it was if it was just a meta thing when he was like, that's a lot of lieutenants.
Which Ortega's was like, there'll be a quiz later. I'm like, I
Yeah.
love you, Ortega's. I
Um,
hope we get more of her next season.
a little bit before that, um,
Hmm.
I don't know if it was just me, but the scene with Ahura and Pelia felt a little off. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just the writing or the direction. It just felt like because Ahura's doing her thing and Pelia's doing her thing, and then
It felt like
Pelia's
they
like,
were just trying to give them something to do, maybe,
yeah, Pelia's like,
unfortunately.
don't sugarcoat it. I love a crazy theory, and walks off. And Ahura stands there for like 3 seconds before she follows her. Follows her. It just felt a little weird. Uh,
Well, because didn't they wasn't their last kind of interaction was it was Pelia saying
that's
that,
true.
it's a reminder to Ahura that Hammer is gone by having her there, so it could still be a little they're still trying to find their not
Yeah, her and
banter.
Una both. She kind of had the same
Yeah.
interaction with Una. Maybe that's why it was
Which
kind of awkward. Was
sorry.
because of that.
Mhm.
Oh, and the way that Uhura said, "I need an engineer," and Pelia kind of scoffed, like maybe thinking, obviously you had to come to me because Hammer's not here. I don't know. My mind is going down the rabbit hole now with how that. It still felt what that wasn't obvious to me in the first and second viewing. I'm just like, this is a
Mhm.
weird scene. Uh, so
Yeah, it was weird, but I did love Pelia's A plus comment to Una. Like, if you had
yes,
said that in my class, you would have gotten an A plus. I'm like, and then when she talked to Scotty later, and Scotty was her student too, I was like, oh, clearly you just literally don't give your best students good grades,
no, she
which
apparently doesn't.
unfortunately, as I learned in school, is a fucking tactic, which is bullshit that teachers do to make you that to push you harder because they know like you're already smart so you can do better. And I'm like, just give me the fucking A. I deserve the fucking A. Just give me the fucking A.
Yeah, right. That don't do that shit.
Fucking A.
Yeah, because she said Scotty was one of her best students with worse grades.
Mm, yep. Exactly. Can we take a moment to talk about Pike's curly hair? It had a little curly wave to
Oh,
it.
curly wave too. I didn't really
Mhm.
notice.
It's in the memes.
There's memes. I there's
I
more
sent
memes than
you
this.
on the drive.
Okay, I will.
Sorry.
I will have to get those ready because I was not aware.
Okay.
But that's okay.
All
Um,
good.
I was
Yeah, he
going
had his
to
curly hair was
yeah
so
talk about
cute.
Pike's curly hair.
Yes, it was hot. It was great. I loved it. I was like, "Why don't you wear your hair like, why do you always have to straighten and coif it back or whatever you call it?" I liked that look. It was great. The last Scott in the galaxy. Wait, what if she isn't dead? Who are you talking about?
Patel
Let us
maybe.
know. Maybe. Um, yeah, so finds that she's alive. Okay, we already went through that. Yeah, I do really love this Scotty. He's good. And then we find out Chapel's alive too. Ortega's, if she isn't dead. Don't remind me.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the end. There's a lot of like consequences of who's dead, who's not dead. I meant to write that down. Um, I can. What's up? Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to smack that like on your way out. um, yeah, I was so happy when Chapel was alive. I was like, they have to show her, like, she can't die like this. But then I don't know. I that whole scene where she's trying to get Spock, or she's trying to get the ship's attention. She's trying to get Spock's attention. I was just like, oh, this is making me so anxious right now because he doesn't know that she's in there. And then, of course, when she finally thinks she finds him, it's a fucking massive ass Gorn in a spacesuit, which clearly we
Yes.
know they're like, they have technology, they have ships, and it was just so weird to still see this lizard creature in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
So weird. Um yeah, and the fact that it was trying to access something on the ship, which I'm
Yeah,
curious
that's
what
what was
they
it
were trying to
after? What
do.
was it looking for? What was it
Mm.
after? How did it know about it?
Mm.
Was it
Mm.
after like
Secret
the
information,
the secret weapons that they were using on him? Maybe. Mm.
maybe? Or just trying to get intel into Starfleet, something. I don't know.
Yeah, a
I don't
little bit
know,
before
man.
that, they
Go
had
ahead.
the briefing where they were talking about putting the rockets on, and Spock was talking about how he's the only one who can do it.
Mhm. Which
He's
also, why would he be the only one who could do
Vulcans
it?
are really good at math. Um,
Yeah, but like
Apparently
he could
that's what.
also just tell someone.
Maybe it's not something you could, but you know how it is when you try to relay to someone like
Yeah.
instructions. And it's like, he's like, no human can do it. And I'm like, presumably, and Illyrians and Lanthanites can't either because your ship is not just humans beside you, Spock.
Thanks for coming by. Thank you for
Um,
smacking it too. Sorry. Go ahead.
you're good. So like, yeah, math and super dexterity, and the
And also looking hot while doing
yeah,
it. Don't forget that, guys. He has to look hot at all times.
uh, so this is also an interesting thing I noticed. Chapel started and ended the season on a different ship from the Enterprise in an EV suit. Because the
Oh
first
yeah.
episode of the season where her and Mbenga were on that cobbled together Starfleet ship with the EV suit helmet and whatnot. It's just an
Yes.
interesting little
Huh.
tidbit that I noticed.
Wonder if they did that on purpose to just tie it all into a lovely bow.
And then
Into a lovely bow.
yeah, that Gorn trying to get into the whatever it was. I was like, what is McGornver after?
Like MacGyver.
Yeah, McGornver.
Yeah, I hope we find out, or else
Yeah,
that
it'll be interesting.
scene, or else that, yeah, I don't know if they just wanted to create an obstacle there. I feel like it's very 50-50 whether we'll find out or not, because I'm not sure if they just wanted to put an obstacle there for Spock and Chapel, or if that's actually going to pan out. We'll find out.
Mhm.
Um, but that whole ass fight, slow-mo fight scene, so fucking awkward.
Tail foo. Huh.
But it's so slow-mo.
They're in zero gravity.
I know, but it still looked so weird to me. I'm
I don't
glad
know what to tell
they
you.
both kind of it was a team effort to kill that Gorn between
Yes.
Chapel and Spock. It wasn't just one or the other. Um but yeah, Battelle is fucked unless they can find some way to save her. She has where no man has Gorn before.
Good
Yes.
one.
Bring on the puns, people. We love the puns. Um, yeah. I don't know if they'll be able to. I think she's fucked, personally. What do
If
you
they'll be
think?
able to what?
Cure Battelle?
Oh, yeah. A lot of people were predicting that she was just done this episode. It's
Mhm.
interesting that she was not. Um,
Is
it's
that
an
a
interesting
spoiler?
what Chris's thing.
Yeah.
No, I think he's just theorizing.
Oh, theorizing. Okay. Do you think there's a what? Do you think they mature to a point where they realize what they did in growing?
Oh, like did they realize that
The
they
Gorn.
are they might, and I doubt they care.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
lizard god, I
obviously
ate so many people.
yeah. They're obviously intelligent, like you said, they're capable of space travel
But they're
and
not
understand diplomacy like the
sympathetic or
demarcation line.
empathetic.
Yeah, they just do not,
They just
they
kill.
literally have no fucks to give.
No. Which, well, I want to talk about this after. I've seen some comments online with people upset with how Starfleet is treating them, and I'm like, you're kidding me, right?
Um
Um, yeah, I thought the fight scene was funny, but it was really cute when the ship was falling away and they were in the air and floating and holding hands. It was really cute.
I hope there wasn't anybody else alive on the Cayuga saucer because they weren't for much longer.
No. I
Because
didn't
Chapel
really
woke
care.
up in the hallway.
I was like, as long as Chapel's alive in there. Sorry.
Main character bias.
Mm. But when they do get back on the ship, um if you didn't notice Pike's hair, I hope to God you noticed Chapel's Captain Marvel white crop top.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
absolutely did.
Yep. Good. At least you noticed that.
Yeah.
'Cause it literally reminded me exactly of the Captain Marvel, her top, and people were freaking out about it. I was like, it's the Chapel version.
Yeah.
Not complaining. But yeah, she had to poor thing, immediately had to get to work though and help people. But I
Yeah.
guess, that's part of the job.
Um Go ahead.
So yeah, they beam people back on board, and oh yeah, that's when Scotty and Pelia interact, and
Mm-hmm.
that was funny. And then they slowly realize that everyone else is beamed up to the Gorn ship, which I noticed when they got beamed up, their beamed up sizzles looked different. I don't know what to call that. I'm just gonna call it a sizzle.
The transporter beam was a different effect. Yeah.
It was okay. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no, it was. I didn't
I noticed that
notice
the
it the
first
first
time.
time. Because I think my brain went, oh, okay, transporter, and like I just like tuned
Come
it
on,
out.
Johnny. You're supposed to know
But I
everything.
definitely saw it the second time I was watching. I was like, wait a minute,
Mhm.
that's not the Starfleet beam.
Yeah,
Um,
different sizzle. Different sizzle.
Different sizzle. That's what it is. Transporter
I'm
sizzle.
just gonna call it. But yeah, and then Starfleet is telling them to back off, but the Gorns still have them, and Una's like, "What are we gonna do?" And Pike's like, fuck," and then it just cuts to be continued.
Yeah, I literally went, you sons of bitches.
Which I had seen before, like maybe 5 minutes before that. I paused and was like, "There's 5 minutes left. How the fuck are they gonna wrap this up?" And they fucking did that. They fucking did that. I was shooketh. Absolutely shooketh. And then I was like, we're not gonna find this out for 12 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it left a lot of people's fate up in the air. So I want to talk about that for a second.
Okay. Go
Um,
for it.
so yeah, don't know. So who was down there? It was Ortega's,
Yep.
um,
Mbenga, Laan,
Mbanga, La'an,
a bunch of colonists.
bunch of colonists, but those were like the three
Presumably,
main people.
yeah, presumably more of the Cayuga's crew. Yeah, he does.
Plot armor. Yep. Um. Oh yeah, Sam.
Yeah,
Can't
Sam.
forget Sam. He's adorable. Love him. I hope we get more of like a little bit more of his background. I know we already have a lot of characters, but like a little more of him. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they definitely haven't started filming. It's probably going to be 2025. Once again, pay your writers and actors better.
Yeah,
Also,
it's
hi,
gonna
Smetty.
be a long one.
Yeah. But luckily, of lots of yeah, exactly. Cry. That's me.
Yeah,
I
hey,
am crying.
good time to start like working through the massive backlog, huh? It's all new to you.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, it's gonna make me feel a lot better.
Um,
But yeah, so it's weird because when shows have done this before, I've seen a lot of sci-fi and fantasy shows, and even other shows that aren't even just like drama ones will end in a cliffhanger. But this one was just very cliffhangery, it felt like to me. Like in the
yep.
middle of like this battle. Uh yeah. Well, I can't watch Lower Decks,
No, she's.
okay? I can't.
We've had
I
this
want to,
discussion. She
but I
wants to.
can't.
I I
Can't.
I want you to be able to, but I really think you're.
This is the worst dom sub relationship.
There's. Uh, I'm gonna.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't pay much attention to that. We're gonna talk
Okay.
a little bit about it,
Don't
but yeah,
spoil me.
don't talk about specific details of uh future Star Trek,
I've
because
only
remember this
watched
is this is
TOS.
Kayla's first journey through
Mm-hmm.
Trekdom,
Shrek
and
him.
we're only 15 episodes
Vladimir
into the
killed
original
him.
series. Um,
Yeah, it's gonna be hard because I feel like anytime there's this major cliffhanger in shows, they come back and they either wrap it up really quickly or they sprint forward in time. And I hate both of those things. Give me give me a whole episode with the rest of the war or even a couple episodes. Like 2 episodes. I know they only have like 10 to work with, but still, you do like 2 episodes. Like you can't do all of that and then just wrap it up or jump ahead of time. Like I really hope they don't do either of those things. What do
yeah.
you think? Oh my god, Spock. Donnie Spock down.
Um, I saw some conversation about that on, because we older series like TOS, the first season is 30. I can talk, I promise. Most seasons of the Next Generation are like 22, 23 episodes. And
Mhm,
same with Deep Space Nine and Voyager. It's just
mhm,
this thing with streaming, and that we're only getting 10. I don't
mhm.
think that it's uh likely, or uh just likely. I don't think it's likely that we would ever get a 22 episode season out of this. But like
No.
12, 15 might be nice. Like, and one of
Yeah.
the positives to having shorter episode seasons is you can kind of distill all the good ideas into really good ideas, where instead of having 22 episodes where 25% of
No.
them are good, 25% of
No.
them are okay, and the rest are like, nah. You just get all the good stuff.
This. I thought about this too. Like this could be part of it and part of like an ongoing thing. Like they can definitely still do some standalone episodes in between, but have even more of a underlying plot, a Gorin plot throughout the season. But I think I'm really hoping they'll at least devote an entire episode. Oops, sorry, an entire episode to it. What do you think? Do you
Aside
think
from
they'll?
just the premiere.
No, like the whole premiere will be like
Oh
they're
yeah,
not just gonna like they're not just gonna skip forward in time or be like, oh, okay, we're good now in the first like five
no,
minutes.
I would be very surprised if they did that.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, bring some other ships in, bring Kirk
I don't know how likely that is,
in.
because they got orders to leave. They were told to vamoose.
Yeah, but if Pike's gonna say fuck no, and James Kirk is very rebellious, and his brother's down there.
That's
Hey,
true.
his
Yeah.
brother's down there.
Well,
Hee hee
not down there.
hee.
His brother's on the Gorn ship now.
Oh, on the guard ship. Whatever. You know what I
Um,
mean. That sounds wrong. Um yeah, I hope we include some other people. Um I think Battelle still might die.
Yeah, it's
And
really up
I
in the air.
and I
It's going to be
think
hard to say.
because does Mbenga? I saw someone that was like, "Oh, does Mbenga come up in future stuff?"
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so he has plot armor.
Yeah,
Um,
him and Chapel and uh Sam Kirk, aside from like
so
of the
Sam,
people, Laan and Ortegas do not have plot armor.
yeah. So I have a bad feeling that one of them might die, unfortunately. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be really sad because I love both of them, and even though I don't know them either in real life or on the show, but in my mind they are queer icons. Even though she had her thing with James, but still, she gives me the vibes. And I do want to talk about that before we talk about the memes and how we need more queer and trans representation in the show. We did have what's her face? What's their face? Angel.
Yeah.
But like we also need to see the relationships. Oh,
That was I was doing something.
you're fine. But we also need to see some relationships, which we'll get to in the memes. I would very much like to see that because, yeah, I would expect with the show that they would explore more of that. Granted, relationships aren't really the front and center, and we haven't had too many of them. But still, I think we're a little overdue for that. Should have been in season 1. Let's hope they do it in season 3. Um, yeah. On that note, though, with Spock and Chapel, she said when he apologized to her when they got back, she said there'll be time later. So I'm like, okay, well, hopefully they do talk later and they make up and everything's hunky dory.
Yeah, we'll see.
I hope.
I
I
mean, we
hope.
know that she still has a thing for him during TOS from the naked time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We do. Um.
So
Yeah. Anyways, yes. Did finish that, make them be hunky dory, and bring on the gays. um. Okay, back to the Gorn stuff. How people online were seriously concerned at how Starfleet was treating them and how they
yeah,
automatically were just kill,
I
kill,
didn't
kill. I'm
read.
like, the Gorn was killing them. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck else are you gonna do in response? Like, be like, oh, let's negotiate. No, they're just gonna kill you.
they
Clearly.
tried. They we
Hmm.
haven't seen it, but it's implied that
Hmm.
these are not the only encounters the Federation has had with the Borg or Starfleet has
Yeah.
had with the Borg. So
Yeah.
they have
It
information.
it was funny though when the Gorn sent the image to Starfleet and it was just
Yeah,
an
that was
image.
just boop.
Like, here's the line.
Yeah, the Gorn
That's it.
communicate in memes. That's all it is.
Yeah. Clearly.
Nobody
Um,
mentioned the next generation. As soon as I said that, people were gonna think about the next generation episode that popped into my mind. Don't say anything about it. Don't talk about it. Just hush.
hush hush. I
I
have
know
not
you get
seen
excited.
anything.
I'm excited, but that's like there was another comment. I removed it from YouTube, but it's still here on
Yeah. Yeah,
StreamYard. So
removing things doesn't do anything. It's okay.
I
I'm not
know
gonna fucking
everybody's excited.
remember.
Yeah, you probably by the time we get there, you probably will.
Should we do Josh's comment? So apparently it's a trope.
Yes. There are episodes, one in specific, which you may know the name of now, that
It's a
uh
Hannah Montana song.
were cliffhangers and ended at a moment. And uh, I was lucky enough that when I discovered Next Generation, we were past that season. So I got to watch the 2 episodes back to back. But there are lots of things online where people are talking about how that, and they only had to wait 3 months because that was back when,
Bitches.
20 some odd episodes. there was only a 3-month break over the summer where there were no episodes of
Mhm.
Next Generation.
I missed that.
So the show aired, and it was a ridiculous cliffhanger, and it was 3 months of torture for people who were watching it as it aired. Luckily, I discovered it after that, so
You lucky duck.
good for me. I think when I discovered Next Generation and really started watching, I think it was in the 5th season. And it's funny because there wasn't really, this is like, let's see, it started in 87. So this is like 94, 95. The whole series is not out on VHS. They aren't really releasing seasons of shows on VHS. It would have to be like 12 VHS tapes for each season. DVD is not a thing yet, really, that I recall. I had to chase down. Luckily, by that point, TNG was in syndication, and it aired every night of the week at 7:00 on Fox. One episode of TNG. So I got to watch an episode. There was a period of time where I was chasing like season 1, episode 9, Justice was the only episode that I had not seen of Star Trek The Next Generation. I couldn't stream it. I couldn't find it on VHS or DVD. I had to wait.
You were living in the dark ages.
To catch a replay of it on syndication. And when I finally saw it, I'm like, this was not worth the wait. Because it's not a great episode.
Funny. Oh no. After all that.
Spoiler.
It's okay.
So yeah, the cliffhanger, this is going to be even rougher because we have way more than 3 months before the next episode.
We're going to have like at least
Strange
2
New
years.
Worlds. Yeah,
it's
going to be a long.
It depends on how long this strike goes.
Buckle in, buckaroos.
That's pretty much all I have. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Gorn War plays out. Yeah, see how the cliffhanger plays out, who lives and who dies, how they tackle that. If there was something more to that Gorn going through their system and trying to like hack it. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Do you have any more?
No. Next thing I would have would be favorite lines and moments stuff.
Same. My first one was, "You were born for this, Erica." Pike to her. That was cute. That was real cute. I loved that. Gave me all the feels. It just felt so heartfelt. I mean, he's good at that, but like, I don't know. It felt like it was more than just his character saying that. I felt like it was like Anson saying that to her. That's how good it was.
Okay.
And then and then I liked Pike's line, "Sometimes a monster is just a monster." Go ahead.
I had when Pike's like, "Haven't you been pestering me for months to go on a landing party?" She's like, "I have been doing that. Why have I been doing that?"
I have that.
We have a little callback to the Lotus Eaters, I think it was, the memory loss planet, where she was all excited to go on the landing party, and then she couldn't.
No. Yeah, I loved that line. She's like, "Why have I been doing that? Like, this is the worst time for that to be brought up." Yeah, she had a lot of good lines in this episode. The break in case of Gorn, and then there'll be a quiz at the end, or with the lieutenant stuff. My only other line is Pelia being like, "I love a crazy theory."
Yeah.
Like she would. Oh,
100%.
That was on point for her.
I have when Pike is talking to Battelle when he finds her, and she's like, "You idiot."
Yes. So good. And he's like, "Well, I wasn't expecting that greeting."
Yeah. And then Pelly is saying, "My goodness, if you had answered like that in my class, I would have given you an A+."
Yep.
And then Scotty's, "Wasn't my fault you decided to have a secret conversation right in front of my sleeping spot."
So good. The writing on this show is just A plus. A plus plus plus.
So that would bring us to memes and spoilers without context. What do
Do we
you
do
want
that's what
to
they said
do?
first?
Oh yeah, that's what they said.
I forget the order.
The order of the show. Yeah, our show that we
Yeah.
do. Yes,
After
that's
the
what they
3
said.
episodes.
Curated by Ensign Kayla. Who's going
Yes.
first?
I'll go first. There's not that many. I do this for a living, you know.
Not so hard.
I have something that might help.
Well, you're not doing this alone.
Yeah, I can work with that.
He's moving into sexond position. I typed it wrong.
Yeah. It's supposed to be second position, and I just left it because I was like, this is too perfect.
He's moving
And that
into
is
sexond position.
yes. That's what they said for season 2, episode 10, Hegemony. Hegemony. Now memes.
Now memes. Do we want to do the regular first or the spoilers
Regular.
without context? All right, regular.
Regular.
Get my
Sorry, I forgot to let you know I put those in there.
stuff. I got them. They're ready.
Good boy.
Let's go
Pat.
to. Let me bring the memes up. Get
Memes. Memes.
Thing straight here.
Yeah, if you guys find any Star Trek memes, especially we're doing season 2 recap next week. I definitely want to put some more memes in there that we haven't found already. Please feel free to either send us those on any of our socials, or you can email us channelgtfo@gmail.com. The rest of our handles are GTFO channel. So yes, memes. The bisexuals have rightfully claimed the 1999 version of The Mummy as belonging to us. Now we must stake our claim on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Sorry, straights. It is so accurate. This cast is so fucking hot. I
something
cannot.
for everyone.
Yes, there is something for everyone. Yes, he's just so precious. So adorable. Just want to pat him.
Spoilers, but he's gonna be fine.
Yes, I know that.
We know.
I know. I'm okay with that. And this is exactly what we were just saying. Where are the gays? Give us the gays. You've already hinted at it with Chapel. Give us the gays.
Like, they had a lot. They had a lot on Discovery, and I think for whatever reason they overcorrected, like for people's complaints.
Overcorrect the gays.
Yeah,
we love the gays.
I think they tried to overcorrect and have it a little less representation than we would like.
Who does that?
When Jim, me when Jim is in an episode of Strange New Worlds, because he's not a main character.
Is it? Yeah. Sobs
commandingly.
Oh, so good. This one I didn't understand, but figured you would get it.
I do. Have you watched Galaxy Quest?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, this was pay your writers, pay your actors. Do it now so we can get more Strange New Worlds soon.
Yep.
Yes, his curls. Look at his fucking curls. He's fucking hot as shit, no matter what his hair is like. Like, if he had long hair, he'd be like fucking Aragorn up in here. Like, fuck. God damn. Daddy with a capital D. And once again, he always makes the best faces too.
Yeah, and I
Erica's
when
like, this is awesome.
I liked when she was like, I thought you were a test pilot.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, was.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I've done this a million times. Yeah, they're definitely
Yeah.
playing Halo.
That is very close.
I haven't played Halo, but I was like, oh yeah, that is very similar.
It is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it for
Regular memes.
and
Now spoilers without context.
Yes. Need to bring that up here.
We should make all of our guests do spoilers without context for next week.
Who should we start with, mine or yours?
You can go first.
Okay. We will bring my spoilers without context up on the screen.
I'm pointing the right way, right?
Yes.
Because I'm mirrored. Also, I just realized we're like Christmas colors.
Oh yeah, I get confused because I have two monitors and it's here on this
What's
side.
there?
I
don't know.
I keep wanting to point to it because it's over there, but on screen
it's over the other way.
This way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and the light reflects off the disco ball.
Yeah. So we have Shaun of the Dead. I hope that was one of the zombie movies Spock watches.
It's not on the screen.
It's not on the screen.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
it
just popped up for a second and then went away. Oh, and it's flickering. Oh God, look away if you have epilepsy. Oh God.
All right, hang on.
It's freaking me out. Trigger warning. I'm not actually laughing. I have friends that have epilepsy. It is not fun.
Let's try this again.
3, 2. No, don't say that, Thanos. Also, I don't think you would be able to type if you were.
Okay.
Depends on how sensitive people are. It was just taking a while to load. I don't know why it was flashing.
Technical difficulties here, folks. Hang on one second. We're just going to do this. Boom. All right. Hopefully.
Yeah, you did. Give yourself away.
What?
Thanos.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see if it just loads. Oh, there.
There. Is it?
Stay.
Yes. Okay.
Stay. Go.
So we have Shaun of the Dead. I hope that is one of the zombie movies that Spock watched. We have Mission Impossible for the Gorn trying to break into the whatever it was. Of course, Chris Pratt and Blue from Jurassic World because of the Gorn. I mean, I just had to. Specifically, Battelle and the Gorn in the shuttlecraft because it just stops. And then the baby shower because Battelle's pregnant with Gorn babies. It's a different kind of baby shower.
I saw a meme about that. That like instead of when they first see each other again, she's like, I have something to tell you, and she says, I'm pregnant. I'm like, no, that's so bad. No, I don't like it.
I didn't see anything. I came up with this on my own. I was like, oh, because I wrote in my notes, I'm like, Battelle's pregnant. That's a different kind of baby shower, though, because it's just literal shower of babies as they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're smarter than me because I did not think of that.
That is my spoilers without context, and
once again, we did not share these before. So
Ensign Kayla's,
which I almost used the picture. I think it's from Jurassic Park 3 with Dr. Grant, and he's surrounded by the raptors. And I did it for a different reason, though. I did it because they sounded like raptors.
Yeah.
And then the first one, they look like the Demodogs from Stranger Things, and I searched Demodogs, and there's a bunch of dogs in Demogorgon costumes, and I just thought it was so cute and funny that I had to do it. And then I tried to find just a regular clip from the show of him saying, "Beam me up, Scotty," but there wasn't really much. There was like gifs of it. So I
Because
just used this cartoon.
he never actually says "beam me up, Scotty."
Never. He doesn't?
No.
Okay, well.
No. It's one of those things, one of those imagined lines that became a catchphrase without them actually
How
saying it.
funny. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anyways. And then I did Interstellar because their suits kind of reminded me of them, because in Interstellar their spacesuits are a lot more slimmer than like our spacesuits are.
Mm-hmm.
But also because they broke the Gorn's like face shield, which is also what happens in the movie at some point. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it, but go watch the movie because I love that movie. That's it.
Okay.
I already talked about the Raptors.
You did. Those are our spoilers without context. That will
Put us
bring
inside
us
the
to
box.
ranking the episode.
Do you click this to make it go back inside the box? Oh yeah.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You missed that. Should default to that, but it's not.
It is dumb.
You know, I was thinking I always make you rank first on the TOS show, because that's kind of the point.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you want to rank first?
I can. Would you like me to? You have always done your rank
go
first
ahead
because of the format.
I do not care. Go ahead.
Like I feel like we're handing these out like they're fucking
I know.
Condoms at Planned Parenthood, but Captain.
Why do you have a question mark after it?
Just because, like, what else is it gonna be? Yeah, it's Captain.
Yeah, it's Captain.
Because the thing that I liked the most about the episode was like the part where I said, like, this is like Star Trek took Aliens and Predator and
genre baby.
Jurassic Park, and like just threw them all in a blender and made a great, like,
a Gorn baby, a
Gorn baby milkshake.
Oh god,
it's a
no, don't say that. Gorngy. A Gorny Gorngy.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, like I don't know how or why or who wouldn't rate this a captain, rank it a captain. It's so good. I mean, it's also essential to plot overall.
Yeah. I mean, they're bastards
going for it,
for making us wait God knows how long with this cliffhanger, but
they must love edging because fuck them. But yeah, it was great, and yeah, had a lot of great genres. Plot was good, acting was amazing, lines were amazing. Most of there wasn't really like a subplot, but the like smaller scenes were pretty good, except for the Pelia and Uhura one was a little awk. But besides that, solid episode all around.
Indeed. So I didn't even think about doing a poll. But
that's okay.
We'll post one in community later. So next episode, we don't know. For Strange New Worlds, for Trek Retrek, this week on TOS, it is Shore Leave. What have you got there?
I almost forgot to show this. I found a little something in the antique store, which had a lot of fucking toys.
Thanks, Thanos. We're going to miss doing it. But we will have one more episode of Trek Retrek live Strange New Worlds next week, which we'll talk about here in a minute.
So this is literally from the menagerie. It has like a whole spiel on the back. And it is the scene with Kirk talking to Pike and Spock looking on. And it is heavy. I was not. When I saw it on display, I was like, oh, that'll be fine. But yeah, it's heavy and you can't really see it. It's gonna, yeah, you can see his face scars kind of from this angle. It's hard to see. I can't like twist it in a way there. But yeah, I found it and I was like, I need this because I don't have anything TOS. Oh, apparently it was limited to 2,500 and this is 2248 of them. Made in 1997. It's not vintage or anything or antique. It's just
that was like the peak of Star Trek merchandise. There was so much stuff like
in the late 90s.
Yeah, those kind of things, and the Playmates action figures, and like collector's plates, and art prints, and plaques, and
the transporter ones that Smoked Ham posted. Did you see those?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, they're so cool. I need them immediately.
Like, this pin that I have is from 94. This is my pin from 1994. This one is from... This one does not have a date on the back, but it's from around the same time. Both pins from Next Generation. Yeah, there was a lot more like stuff and ephemera and neat things back in those days. Yes. So
anyhow, yeah, so we'll be talking more season 2 as a whole next week with some special guests. Brick will definitely be there and still confirming some other people. But very excited to talk about it even more and get some other people, other Trekkie/Trekkers thoughts on it. Yeah, and that'll be next Monday, the 21st, time TBD, probably either 6 or 7 Pacific time. And we might just have people kind of come in and out as guests so then we can get everyone's thoughts more clearly instead of everyone trying to talk all over each other, since there's already 2 of us to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah, tune in for that. This Thursday on TOS will be episode 50. Help me.
15. Yeah.
15.
We're halfway. Shore Leave.
Shore Leave. There we go.
We are at the halfway point for
yes,
season 1 of the original series.
Right? That's crazy. So yeah, that'll be at the usual time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in for that. We'll be in the chat. Thanks everyone for joining. Make sure to smack that like, smack that subscribe, smack that bell icon, smack all the things. I'm making myself cringe right now. Yeah, and then follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Threads at GTFO channel. We'll post all different updates, and I post fun memes in the stories. So make sure to check out the stories. I don't know why no one checks our stories, but it's fun.
Check the stories.
Yeah.
Don't make Vince and Kayla sad. Check the stories.
It's just the ratio is so different when it's like almost the same number as my public account, but my public account gets like 3 times the viewers, and I'm like, this is like, it's so off for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyways, anything else?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it then. Peace and long life.
Live long and prosper.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.